Welcome to Bria Technical Academy. Today we're going to be using the lookup component in the data flow with Null. Let's begin by looking at our table. We're going to be using the lookup customer table in the EventWorks 2012 database. Let's start off by going into our data flow. And our source is going to be a text file, and it's called lookup with Null. You can see we have two rows, one with the customer name Aaron, and the second row where the customer name is Null. Let's go into the data flow. And as far as the source table, the two rows that we have that are null are customer ID 2 and customer ID 4. Let's go back into SSIS. Let's grab our source. It's Excel. So we're going to need, it's a flat file source, text file. So we're going to need flat file source. All right, let's grab our source. Browse the file, and it's just on our desktop, and it's titled Lookup with Null. Let's look at our columns. As you can see, the customer name for the second row is Null, and this is integral in our source component. We have to select this retain null, or else that this won't be able to work. It'll kick out the null. So if we want to retain our null values, we have to select this. Now let's grab our lookup component. Let's connect our source to our lookup. Okay, as far as the cache mode, we're gonna do full cache because we want all of our data from our source to be pulled into the cache. We don't want parts of our data or it not to go into the cache at all and go straight to the destination. We want to store all of our source data in the cache. Cache is basically just temporary storage of your data. So we want to put all of our data into the temporary storage or cache. Now, you could also specify how you want to handle non-matches. The best thing to do is redirect rows to no match output. You don't really even have to have a separate output component for redirect rows with no match output. We could just have one for the matches, so it won't fail our component. But you have other options such as ignore failure, redirect rows to error output, fail the component. But we're just going to select redirect rows to no match output. Let's go to connection. And the table is in our EventWorks 2012 database. And we want to write a query. Okay, so let's return customer ID and customer name with our match. So we're going to type in select customer name, and we're also going to grab the customer ID from DBO dot look up customer. Okay, let's preview it. Okay, all of our rows for customer name and customer ID have returned to us. So let's close. Now let's go to the columns area. Okay, we want our match to be based on our customer name, and from our query, our lookup, we want to return the customer ID, and we also are going to return all the rows from our source. Okay, and also if you had columns that you didn't want to return, you could have configured it in the source by deselecting the ones you don't want. But we're just going to bring in all the columns, and so that we can see what we're doing. We're not actually offloading our work into a destination. We just want to see it. So in order to do that, we're going to connect to the multicast, and we want this to be for our matches. This output right here is going to be for our matches. We're not going to even worry about doing one for the no matches. So let's enable our data viewer so we can see which rows are coming through. And let's run our package. And as you can see, it grabbed the customer name, um, null, from the text file. It grabbed as sorry, region, sales amount 1,000, customer, from our table, customer two, and that's how you would do a lookup with null. And thank you for attending this course. Have a good day.